Madam, I haven't eaten for days. Do you have anything to give me?
Donna Quiteria, a simple elderly woman from the countryside, heard it all in silence, but her faith did not waver. The little mud house was humble. The wood-burning stove burned slowly, and inside the pot there was only a small amount of food, barely enough for one person. Even so, her heart was full of expectation. She had prayed days earlier, and with complete simplicity, spoken to Jesus as one speaks to an old friend. She told him that the situation was difficult, that the cupboards were empty, but that even so, she would wait for him for dinner. As she stirred the pot, she looked at the simple table, carefully set, as if she were about to receive someone very important. Hunger tightened, her stomach ached, but faith spoke louder. "He will come," she whispered softly. Then she heard footsteps outside. A thin, worn-down man, with torn clothes and the deep gaze of someone who had not eaten for days, appeared at the door. He spoke in a weak voice. "My lady, I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten anything for days." Donna Quiteria felt her heart tighten. She looked at the pot. She looked at the table. And she thought of Jesus. For a few seconds, she stood still, torn by conflict. The food was already scarce, and she had an appointment with Jesus. But something inside her spoke louder than fear. With a firm yet gentle voice, she replied, "Come in, my son." She served the plate carefully, sharing the little she had. As the wanderer ate, she watched him, feeling a strange peace, even without understanding why. He thanked her with tear-filled eyes, stood up, and said, "May God reward you for such a heart," and he left. Minutes later, someone knocked on the door again. When Donna Quiteria opened it, her heart nearly leapt from her chest. It was Jesus. Desperate, she began to explain everything. Tears in her eyes. "Lord, forgive me. I had set the food aside for you, but a hungry man appeared, and I couldn't refuse him." Jesus smiled, a smile that calms the soul. Then he spoke with authority and tenderness. "Quiteria, that man was me." She fell to her knees, trembling. Jesus continued, "I came to test your heart, and you chose love." He touched the simple table, and before her eyes, it filled with food, bread, fruit, and abundant dishes. He walked to the cupboards, opened the doors, and they overflowed with supplies. The simple house now seemed full of life. Jesus looked at her and said, "Whoever shares the little they have will never be without. Your place in heaven is reserved." That night was not just a dinner. It was the confirmation that kindness moves heaven. Donna Quiteria never went without again. But more than that, she never doubted again. Jesus always arrives, sometimes in disguise. Whoever believes that Jesus tests hearts, amen. Follow and share to reach someone who still chooses to love even with little. Those who share on earth receive from heaven.